The State Farm agent Jason Hardy coming to you today with the El Dorado Wildcats. Jason Hardy, State Farm Player of the Week. Congratulations, Jeremy Samuels, for being named Jason Hardy State Farm Player of the Week. My first question, as always, how does that feel for you to be recognized by your coaches and named Player of the Week?
It feels good. It shows the work I put in paid off.
All right. Okay. Let's talk. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the game. Good win. 4 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
26 carries. That's a pretty good workload. Talk about that for me a little bit. When your name gets called, you like it to be called that much, don't you?
Yes, sir. I was just trying to score as much as I can. I was trying to go for 5, but I got 4.
You had the 5th one in your sights, though, didn't you?
Yeah, it wasn't enough time on the clock.
Just ran out of time. Coach was telling me earlier at 101 of your 149 yards were after contact. Talk to me a little bit about that. When that initial contact happens, they can't get you down, man.
Yeah, I just ignored the first guy and just tried to keep running. I broke a lot of tackles on most of my runs.
Okay. All right. Tell me about that mindset. What's your mindset when that first guy hits you, when that first guy gets to you? What are you thinking?
The first guy can't tackle me or can't make the play. I always got to leave it to the secondaries.
All right. It's going to be a defensive back.
Yeah, it got to be a safety or somebody, not a linebacker.
All right. Okay. Coach Hill, you want to jump in there and talk a little bit about your senior running back?
Yeah, we had 26 carries, like I said, a lot of yards after contact. And the reason he's able to do that is he is so strong in the weight room. I mean, he'll squat 500 pounds for reps. I think he missed 345 on bench press yesterday. I saw him trying. I think he barely scratched nits. But, not only pound per pound, he's our strongest guy, period. I mean, between bench press and squats, he's our strongest guy. And it shows on the field, that's able to run through tackles. You see some guys that tacklers look like they just fall off of him. They hit, just kind of fall off. And that's kind of the way he did. And even for the game, their coach was like, man, coach, I really like number 6 over there. He's a good running back. And I well, he's pretty good, but a lot of coaching. Coach Larry takes credit for all that. So, that's all good. Nobody cares as long as we get the job done. But, that's the reason he's able to get so many yards after contact, which is just his strength. He's a thick guy. He's, not very tall, but he's, 5'7", 5'8", 190, 195. And that's built really just like a running back that you want. And that's why he's as good as he is.
Love to hear that. Love to hear about that work. And you mentioned it first thing we talked about was your work that you put in was paying off. Yes. Talk to me a little bit about that work. What does that work for you feel like?
It's just every day of the endo work we do, the weights, like every single day. It's like we really got any days off, so we just constantly going, trying to get better. Okay.
All right. Talk to me about squatting 500 pounds. It would probably take me 10 tries to put 500 pounds together. Tell me about squatting 500 pounds. I got to know what that feels like.
We're really just competing to see who can squat the most, and I just try to outdo the person in front of me.
Okay, so it's about competition for you.
Yeah, competition. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Coach, when you see this guy in the weight room, I know you've already been bragging on him a little bit in the weight room, but when you see this guy in the weight room, you gotta be really proud of him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's to watch his development from a sophomore, to a junior to now being a senior, and that's the really fun part of coaching high school kids is seeing that growth and development. Just kind of like what you expect. With a sophomore, a lot of good days. Slip up here, there, or whatever, and then junior year had a really good junior year, and then parlaying that right into a senior year. But you get in the weight room and. You see 500 pounds of that bar kind of bends a little bit, and those weights rattle. Man, he just kind of gives you chills in there, and we may be different. A lot of teams, we're going to lift at least 3 days a week during the season. We bring our varsity in where they lift on Sunday, then they'll lift Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we all lift as a team on Thursday. But our goal in the weight room is not to maintain. I think if you try to maintain, you're just setting people up for being average. Just, okay, if I maintain, that's good enough. Well, you're either going forward or you're going backwards. There's no maintaining. And we want to continue to push forward. And these guys do a great job in the weight room, and especially the guy sitting right here next to me.
All right. So, Jeremy, talk to me a little bit about that moving forward. To me, that sounds like your running style. You're moving forward. You're going forward. Talk to me a little bit about that and your mindset with what that feels like on the field.
I don't know if it's all kind of fast, really. I know I just got to run through them or just get to where I'm going to touchdown, basically.
Okay. All right. So tell me this. You get into that secondary and that safety's there. You juking him or you running right at him?
Depends how much space I got. If it's narrow, I'm just going to run through him.
Yeah. You're running right at him, aren't you? You're going to initiate the contact.
Yes, sir.
That's what I was thinking, man. Congratulations again for being named Jason Hardy State Farm Player of the Week. Tell me about really again your goals. I mean, just really started the second part of the season, got into conference play, right? So everything's still in front of you, everything's on the table. What do you, not to get too far ahead, I don't want to get you in trouble with coach here. I know you don't want to think too far past the next game. But what are some goals that you want to accomplish this senior year for you?
I want to average at least 130 or more, and I want no fumbles, and I want at least 2 touchdowns a game.
Yeah. Protect that football. That's I bet you right now that's what coach is thinking. Yeah, no fumbles. That's what I want. No fumbles. Protect the football because that's huge. Well, again, congratulations, Jeremy, for being named Jason Hardy State Farm Player of the Week. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. You got off to a great start.
Thank you.